Hello. So I'm going to start doing some lives, which I'm going to utilize more so as like a podcast. But the reason I'm going to do them live on Instagram is because I don't have the patience to record something for a podcast and do all that uploading when that's much easier. And the reason I'm not doing a live today is because I'm scared, because I haven't really done much prep for this, but I wanted to record a video to put out there to hold myself accountable for showing up once a week. Day to be confirmed. What's today? Could be a Thursday. Can't guarantee that. We'll make a commitment soon. Because I've been listening to a podcast by Stephen Bartlett, and if you don't know who he is, check him out. I think he's a really great thinker, very young generation, CEO of a company called Social Change. Anyway, no, Social Chain. I think Social Change was something he was setting up, which is still linked to his company. Anyway, I digress. And basically what he was saying in his podcast was about like getting visible and building community. And I've realised that the community I have, I'm really, really thankful for. And I want to nurture it more. I want to interact with you guys more. But I also want to connect with more people. And I think that comes from me getting more visible and getting more real about healing and the path I'm also on, so people can also understand and connect with that and the learns and the reflections I've had, so I don't have to just post my whole life story / journey on Instagram in a post. You know, it can be something that is naturally unpicked as we go along, and therefore if people have questions or things that are prompted from listening to this, which I'm going to put on Instagram but also on YouTube, then please drop them in a message to me or in the comments below, so I can gain a bit of perspective about what to shape things. But I've made a few notes about what I want to talk about today. My notes are behind me. I didn't bring a tripod with me to Mexico, so I've created a very nice makeshift thing with my legend planner, my Spanish dictionary, my Bluetooth mouse, and my current notebook. And so first point is, do you remember the guy with the 2 bananas? I bumped into him again, literally like probably about 10 minutes ago. And I can't figure out where I sit in relation to this interaction. Because I literally crossed the road to get back to the place where I'm staying, and then I bumped into him. Now, had I stayed on the other side of the road and just crossed a little bit further along, I wouldn't have bumped into him. So I'm trying to understand what the universe is trying to like show me or test me or offer me with this interaction, because there's something instinctually about him where my barriers go up. Now, I don't know if that is to do with me and being a bit suspicious of men, in the sense of not all men, don't get me wrong, I'm very much a fan of men. I like a lot of men. No, that sounds wrong. Not like that. Like, I'm a man's girl in that sense. But I can't work out if instinctually I'm a bit like there needs to be a barrier with him, because I'm picking up on some vibe which is not ideal, or so it's a boundary test in essence, learn that the universe is offering me, or whether it's offering me insight to talk with somebody who understands energy, understands healing, is approaching it from a different practice, very much embodies a lot of the language that I speak. I don't know which one it is. The only thing I can tell you is if I listen to my body when I'm having an interaction with him, it retracts. And that tells me it's probably more to do with the first one, because if there was if I felt safe, I would be opening, you know. So this is a really good insight, I think, for individuals, is listen to what your body is saying. Sometimes we do have to question things if they're internalized thoughts that are not, or beliefs that we're not holding properly, and therefore we are like reacting because of those. But generally our body, you're not going to be engaging that thought in sort of those quick interactions, and so our body is generally going to be guiding us in the right direction. So thank you for listening to me, if you get to this point, thank you for offering me the space to reflect upon that, to have reminded myself a vital lesson to listen to my body. My body is retracting when I'm around him, which tells me that I don't feel safe. So we're not going to have any more contact with him. That's fine. Next point. Okay. So the last few weeks I've had a bit of a terrorist brain. That's what I call it. I wonder if I say that word if I'm going to get blocked with like the algorithm on Instagram. Which is a bit like, so the T word is a bit more to do with like overthinking and stuff. And partly what I realised was that I was deficient in some nutrients. So I've started taking some natural supplements to help with like brain functioning and body fatigue, and then also some multivitamins, and that has really, really helped. But since I've cured my depression, and since I've been really, 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 really involved with understanding and working with energies, the thing that still gets me is every now and then overthinking comes along. And if I cannot get on top of it quick enough, I spiral into what I call terrorist brain. And I've been in that. And it's been really, really interesting for me because I'm questioning if it's linked to being back in a city because I've been in a lot of nature, or if it's to do with the kind of accumulation and the experiences I've had with plant medicine. And I was also just microdosing ayahuasca and just finished, and whether that was bringing up things that were still within my energy field that need to be worked on. I don't really have the answer. What I can say on it is that for me it's always about thinking too much about the future, all the what ifs, the this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this, and then it spirals into this need to control, which doesn't feel like it's a need to control, but actually it is, because if I'm trying to think, if this happens then I can do this and this and this and this and this and this. And I had this a little bit before I moved to Mexico because I was trying to get everything in perfect alignment so I felt safe. But obviously life doesn't work like that. It doesn't. So once I realised that, I was able to let go of that need and that sense of control a little bit. And I did a lot more grounding. I had some amazing meetings with the healers, which I posted about a few days ago. Which just, again, talking in a language which is my language, just really, 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 really helped me. I have been talking to some new friends that I've made, and obviously that as well. And you're sorting out new dynamics with new relationships with people, and obviously if they're new, you don't know them, you don't quite know how they operate. So understanding that when you're also in terrorist mode, you sort of, what I realized is I had made the assumption of a certain type of behavior about individuals. Their behavior wasn't good or bad, it was just what I had experienced so far. And then that changed, and I couldn't understand it because I was in that overthinking mode with a need to control and be like, they're like this, so what does this mean in relation to if they like me, if they want to keep talking to me as a friend, and all that stuff. We just let that go because that's people. I want to get to know new people, so I need to embrace what's coming up and bring the focus back to me, bring myself back to being an empowered person, and realizing if somebody is talking loads and then decides to drop out or be less responsive, and what have you, that isn't about me. That's about them, and that's about wherever they're at and what they're going through. So that was sort of a related point in relation to just not getting too stressed about people, and especially new people you meet when you're traveling. Everything's unsettled. If things are unsettled for you, it's not just traveling, it can be also new situations like starting a new job or university, like not getting too attached to an expectation of the person. That's what I realized, is I had an expectation that they would behave in X way, and when they were behaving in Y way, I was a bit surprised, mildly surprised by it. But with the terrorist brain, another the reason I've been able to get through it so well is because I have an amazing support network. So I've been able to reach out to people and be like, I've got my terrorist brain back, and they're like, totally get it, what can you do, where are you at, do you want to have a chat? And I'm really, really thankful for for those people and for being able to just be that honest. And I think that's key. People can't help you if they don't know where you're at. So there's that fine line between always going on about the same thing and the same problem, and but there's also that point of being like, I'm not actually doing okay today. Could do with a little bit of help, and not expecting that person to save you, but allowing that person to hold space for you. And I hope people can understand that distinction, because it's really, really, really important. When you say, I'm not doing okay, you're not transferring the expectation that person is going to make you okay, because only you can make you okay. But what you're doing is you're allowing a space to be created where you can be supported and held within that space by individuals that are going to offer you kindness, compassion, going to offer you a mirror, going to offer you energy, going to offer you a safe space to just talk. And sometimes just that talking can help to clarify your thoughts. And what other point did I want to make? Grounding. Oh my God. Could we ground lots, please, everybody? I hope everybody knows how to do grounding. If not, really, really, really quick exercise you can do. Feet flat on the floor. Imagine roots coming out of your feet, going deep, deep, deep into the earth, and just breathing in through those roots, in through and out, down, through those roots. I'm just doing that for 5 minutes. And you can even do that when you're walking. If you can imagine those roots are coming down, you can do it when you're in a meeting, you can do it wherever. When you're cooking, as long as your feet are flat, then you can create that grounding. And that's really going to help to anchor your energy, because if you have an overthinking brain or terrorist brain, your energy is going to come up. So it's going to predominantly sit in this sphere, but not in a positive, like third eye opening, connected to your higher self way. It's going to be like this chaotic, too much energy. And if we can start to get this energy to disperse down through the body, then it can be cleansed and recharged through the earth. But it also creates space, because you can't cure an overthinking brain through thinking. You have to do something which is body related. So grounding, yoga. I was doing a lot of meditating, but my brain would constantly be trying to jump back in. So I would do yoga first, and then that would help. Then I'd make sure I'd listen to music and imagine the roots coming down and meditating through those. And that really helped. Also, connecting more with nature, like when I prepared my teas the other day with dried herbs, that was really helpful. I've gone out for a lot more walks. I also realised movement. I keep having this realisation of how important movement is. And it's like I keep forgetting it. I'm not talking like yoga or the gym. For me, it's dancing. It's really getting into that body, hip, spine, loose energy of freedom and music, and combining that, which is really, really, really helpful. So they were kind of my main 2 points for this first videocast, vlog. I don't know. I'm going to commit to doing one weekly. I'm not going to commit to a specific day, because whilst I'm moving around, I can't guarantee how that will go. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about things that have come up each week, and I'm going to reflect on it, and I'm going to offer insights, hopefully useful tips, and just an authentic approach to what it is to be human, because it's hard sometimes, and that's okay. Have a good day or evening, depending on what time you're watching this.